Hello friends, this is my first video on the channel that I created to talk about tarot and to speak in English. As you will notice later, my English is far from perfect and I thought this would be a good practice for me. Today there will be a very serious spread without any jokes using a very cheerful deck. I never thought
is a difficult word.
I never thought that I would ever reach for this deck, but everything happens in life and never say never. So this spread is about finding one's life's work and turning dreams into reality. So our client works at a job that brings her money, but doesn't bring her pleasure or fulfillment. She would like to engage in some form of creativity, that is, without pressure and obligations. Some kind of creativity, she doesn't yet know exactly what, and the money would come from somewhere. It's not clear where from, it's not clear yet. So the request is vague, but everything is possible for all of us, so it can be considered too. So I have a simple spread here that I usually use for readings or on desires or goals. But first there will be a long serious introduction about how I understand one's life work or mission. If you're not interested in philosophy, skip to the spread using the time codes. So I will tell you a bit about the rays of the mission because I drew them.
Drew them? Is this correct? I don't know. So, whatever.
I drew them for our client and I know them. By the way, I do this for anyone interested for free. So, if you also want this, message me on Telegram. So, her mission is a sun with a star. The rays of the mission do not describe a specific profession, but outline the main type of energy, the motivation of the person, thanks to which this person can self-actualize.
Can self-actualize. Oh god, that's difficult. Okay, whatever, I'm trying my best.
And this can be done in different professions, just as in the same profession one can have different motivations. For example, a surgeon might perform operations with an underlying motivation to bring order, to normalize everything. He sees the body as a mechanical system where something is broken and he is the one who has the internal need to fix it. Or our surgeon might have a desire to discover something unusual and find a new approach in surgery, and he is ready for experiments and his mission is to invent something new. Or he does this truly out of love for another person, to bring their body to a natural functioning state. He's very careful and gentle in this, making beautiful stitches, for example. So there are all different missions within one profession. However,
I can't pronounce this. Whatever.
The approaches each of the surgeon takes will be completely different, as you understand. So back to our client. As I mentioned before, she is a sun with a star. Creativity is essential for her mission. She was born to bring happiness and beauty to all three areas of her life: self-realization in society, in relationship, and in her character. She is here to show others that such a thing is truly possible on our sinful planet. Through her example and her work, her mission is to inspire and give hope. I also know that for people with a sun mission, nothing comes easy. So relying on luck and that everything will somehow work out on its own is not advisable. Additionally, I know that people with a sun mission need creativity and publicity. Others need to see what the person does and how they succeed. Of course, she can engage in all these within various professions. Life's work is a journey, and it changes in the process. In each stage, it is different. So simply learning some super trick from a couple of cards that will transfer you to the point of complete and final success is impossible, of course. For life's work, one may need to acquire the necessary skills. For instance, working in sales and managing social media to later use these skills to sell their paintings. Or taking a deep esoteric course on tarot to later incorporate that knowledge into their paintings to give them deep meaning. Let's take the same surgeon, for example. In his youth, his mission might be to get the necessary education from the right teachers. Throughout his life, his mission could involve developing the character needed for his profession through various situations and people. Even when he becomes a super successful surgeon and seems to have achieved everything, his mission might reveal itself from a completely different angle. For instance, the universe might need him to become a teacher who passes on his knowledge. He might then find himself drawn to teaching, which would become his mission at that stage. So only the core essence remains, the red thread, the deep, strong motivation that does not change at any of these stages. But discovering and feeling it is also not so simple. So life works implies its internal surge and transition from one stage to another, with changing external circumstances, changing inner self, desires and needs. At each stage, life's work looks different.
Oh my gosh, that's really so difficult to speak English. Even if I have my tips about what I should talk about. Oh, let's continue.
So, in short, I say all this to emphasize that life's work is a journey, and at different stages, the life's work is different. And here is the spread I made with this cheerful deck, which is specifically about the current stage. Because I don't even know how to look at all the stages of the journey for an entire lifetime, considering the freedom of human will and the vast time span. However, we are right at a specific point, and right now certain specific steps are important, although the main canvas, the essence, which can be learned from the rest of the mission, remains. The spread shows where to step to get closer to one's dream, what to do today. Let's talk about spread positions. This spread is simple and well-known, one that I love and I really respect. We have current position, where the Lover's card lies. This card represents the level at which the client is realizing her desire to find and embody her life's work, what is happening right now, today. So the Lover's card indicates that this situation is not just about choosing a job or specific activity, but about the inner courage to follow her own path. One can live an ordinary life, as jokes on the internet go, like born, studied, worked, died. Or one can truly believe within oneself that something more is available. For example, genuine enjoyment in work and decent pay for it. That one can wake up in the morning with joy and anticipation. And most importantly, that this is possible not only for some successful Instagram star, but also for oneself. In this deck, of course, there is no deep symbolism, but I know that this choice is made not only consciously, but also subconsciously. That is, something must simmer inside her to fully believe in her path. And as we see, our client is currently going through this process. If she succeeds, if she is ready, the chariot will come. But if it's too early for her to rush on her path, there will be lessons that will push her towards all of this. I also drew another card to understand what the client truly wants. It was important for me to grasp the motivation behind her desire to find her life's work and how serious it is. Since we have the Judgment card here, it is indeed very serious and sincere. She wants to hear the call, the melody that will guide her way, to know what exactly to do now and what her true calling is. Her desire is genuine and sincere, expressing readiness for a new stage and new working conditions. She's quite ready to leave her current job if she understands where to go. And everything would be wonderful if it weren't for the Lovers. They indicate that the universe is still unsure if she's ready or just kind of pretending. Whether the necessary inner mix has been stewed enough, or if she is still a coward, prepared to lead an ordinary life. Next we have the position about what to do now, and this is Knight of Wands, and what not to do. And this is Two of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is about taking action. Take aim and be ready to retreat if it doesn't work out. Shoot pellets in all directions. Try doing what you like and what inspires you, but from the inside out. Like if you like writing, don't just write for yourself. Share it on social media or somewhere else. Or if you enjoy photography, create a page, pay like some small money for advertisement, offer your photos on some special websites. Try it out and see what works. Don't look for a lifelong pursuit. See which of the activities you enjoy resonates with society.
I'm still not sure if I'm pronouncing this well. Society? It sounds weird from my mouth.
She needs this Knight of Wands to show the world that she's truly ready to go her own way. The Lover's card, right? And specific active actions are needed. Try everything that comes to hand. In a very narrow sense, this card may speak of short trips. I just know she loves to travel and that can inspire her, or she can meet very new people there. May be useful for her future career. And she has to do this instead of getting hung up on a specific goal in Two of Wands. Two of Wands, it's about knowing what I want and looking, choosing how to achieve it. So there is no need to decide on anything yet. It's not the time to doubt and make concrete plans or compare yourself to others. Just act.
Now that's a quest. Just act thoughtlessly.
Just act thoughtlessly for now. The card also speaks of confidence when a person has an inner state that they can do and overcome everything. Well, you don't have to wait for that state either. Right now, it's about testing the space with short probes to see how it responds. Also, with the Two of Wands, there can be things like one step forward and two steps back, or postponing decision making. I remember this because of the Knight of Wands, who charges towards the end, even if it's for a short distance, regardless of the dragon. So if she does something, it needs to be done to the maximum, but not for long if it doesn't yield results. The next step she will come to, that the card describes, is the Emperor. The Emperor has the meaning of a social patron. So the card may indicate that in the client's life there will be someone who knows how to integrate her into society.
Again, this weird word.
There will be someone who knows how to integrate her into society in one of the pursuits she finds through the Knight of Wands, and will help her with it. So to speak, open the door. So I asked the deck about these options. What chances are that the Emperor in this spread signifies a patron? And what chances are that this card speaks of something else? So here we have a patron, Six of Cups, and something else, we have Four of Cups. The Six of Cups is not the strongest card, but it's definitely stronger than the Four of Cups. So I think the chances of finding a pattern aren't guaranteed, but it would be very helpful for her to find one. And for that, she needs to shine somehow. Like Knight of Wands says, show herself and her talents to people. Perhaps it will be someone from her past, or someone with whom she'll have comfortable, warm relationship, not even necessarily work-related. The Four of Cups indicates that if the card passes through its primary meaning, like primary emperor meaning, then planning and organization will be difficult for her. Everything will be off, not quite right. In this deck, the master isn't satisfied with the quality of his work yet. So here it may be perfectionism and imposter syndrome. So it really would be better for her to pass this card on the path where there is a patron. Well, it was a difficult task and looks like that's it for me. Thank you for watching my video. Let me know what you think about the spread, about my English, whatever. And I hope I will make many more interesting videos on this channel.